When calls the heart twist leaves one character on their deathbed and there's no cure. Elizabeth Thatcher Thornton has already mourned the death of one Jack. Could her heart really take the loss of another? When Calls the Heart Season 12 got one step closer to answering that in Episode 10, Through the Valley, in which Elizabeth learns that her son, little Jack, may have diabetes, a lesser-known disease at the time that has no cure. The episode starts with Elizabeth teaching her class. When it's time to go to lunch, little Jack, who Elizabeth shares with her late husband, Jack Thornton, is asleep. "Is it time for school, Mama?" he asks. As Jack goes outside to play, Elizabeth tells her boyfriend, Chief Constable Nathan Grant, that she's concerned about him. "You think he's coming down with something?" Nathan asks, to which Elizabeth responds that he didn't feel warm. Later in the episode, little Jack is found unconscious when he's out playing baseball with his friends. Nathan rushes him to the infirmary, where Dr. Faith Carter runs some tests. She asks Elizabeth if she's noticed any unusual behavior, to which Elizabeth reveals that Jack has been drinking a lot of water, fell asleep in class, and is always hungry. The episode ends with Faith receiving little Jack's test results before rushing to Elizabeth's house, where she informs her and Nathan of little Jack's diagnosis. "I'm sorry to tell you that little Jack has diabetes," Faith says. "There's no cure for diabetes." When was insulin invented, and what year is When Calls the Heart set? When insulin was invented, and the year When Calls the Heart is set could hold the key to whether little Jack lives or dies in Season 12. The Valley Voice newspaper in When Calls the Heart Season 10 listed the year as 1920, so it's assumed that Season 12 is set in 1922. When Calls the Heart Season 1 started in 1910, it's estimated that each season represents a year. Insulin was discovered by Canadian researchers Frederick Banting, Charles Best, and John MacLeod in 1921, a year before Season 12. Though insulin was discovered in 1921, it wasn't until early 1922 that the hormone, which is produced by the pancreas and plays a crucial role in regulating blood sugar levels, was successfully isolated from the pancreas of dogs and was demonstrated for its therapeutic potential in treating people with diabetes. Though fans won't know what happens to little Jack until the rest of Season 12 plays out, the timing of the season and when insulin was discovered seems to confirm that little Jack will be saved by modern-day science. Little Jack's health will test Elizabeth and Nathan's faith, however. In the trailer for the next episode, Season 12, Episode 11, Having Faith, the residents of Hope Valley come together to support Elizabeth through her trying time. "I came to Hope Valley to protect Elizabeth, but this?" Nathan tells Bill Avery, who responds, "Elizabeth Thornton is as brave as they come." Later in the promo, Joseph Canfield tells Elizabeth, "You're not in this alone." The trailer ends with me informing Faith about a nutrient, which is likely insulin, could help turn little Jack's health around. "There's a nutrient meant for diabetes and they're calling it revolutionary," May says. The final scene of the promo shows Elizabeth at a table with her best friend, Rosemary Levodes, as she details her last-ditch effort to save little Jack. "I have an hour to explain why my son deserves to live," she says, to which Rosemary responds, "You can do